So I want to talk about this girl that, basically back in the day I used to have a little fling with. I was like 22, 23, you feel me, at the time, you feel me, I was working at a chicken factory and stuff like that. And at this time, you feel me, I was just like, I was single. I really wasn't looking for love like that for real, for real, for real. And I met this little girl, like she's bad, like she had a nice little body, you feel me, she was like beautiful and all types of stuff. Like, and I heard little things. I heard that she's liking me for real, and she wanted to talk to me, but she never really. She felt like she was the type of girl that she wouldn't have to say anything to nobody. She was too fine for guys to come to her. I mean, for her to go to a guy, a guy had to come to her. So I told one of the girls that was working at the job, like, yo, I like this girl. The girl's name, I'm gonna call her Teresa, but it's not her real name. So my sister, my work sister, was named Patrice. So I went to Patrice. I was like, look, it's this girl named Teresa. You feel me? She bad. You feel me? She nice. She cute. This and that. I really like her. You feel me? I want to see if you could hook up because y'all kind of cool. Y'all really be rocking with each other at the job. So she like, yeah, I'll put in a word for you. She come back to me later. She's like, hey, Sean, the girl said that, you feel me, she wants you to come and talk to her personally. She don't want nobody else in the situation. She wants you to be a man. She said, if you want to holler at her, you should be man enough to come to her and talk to her. So I'm like, I understand that. All right, fine, say no more. I'm taking it, but I'm taking it at a grain of salt because I'm like, this is my first time actually trying to talk to a girl, you feel me, trying to actually get a number and stuff like that. I've talked to girls, but it never really was successful. So I've always been kind of a little tongue tied with females. Every now and then I come out of my shell and really talk to girls, but more often than not, I really don't talk to them, like, unless I'm really feeling them. Unless I'm really feeling them, I'll speak to them. I'll drop some jewels on them and stuff like that. So one day I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going, everybody got out of the job early. You feel me? It was me and my homeboy, Robin. We used to kick it tough. A long time ago, we used to kick it tough. So it's me and him, and we see her walking out. So I'm like, he like, yo, it's your time, yo. Like, it's your time, yo. Like, just really do this, man. Like, really get this out the way, yo. Like, go talk to her. So I'm like, hey, sure, hey. You feel me? Like, I'm like, fuck it, I just gotta do it. Hey, sure, hey. She's like, she turned back. He's like, Misha, Teresa. Fuck, I said her name, Teresa. So he's like, Teresa. She's like, what? What's up? Who called me? I'm like, yo, can I talk to you for a minute? She like, yeah, you can talk to me. She like, I'm like, I've been like locking you for a while. You feel me? I always want to talk to you and see, like, you feel me, like get to know you a little bit better and shit like that. Like, you feel me? I want to see if like I could get your number. Like we was talking to somebody, I could get to like really like that. You feel me? Like just put my little smooth game, having a regular conversation with her. She like, yeah, I like you. You feel me? Like, I don't mind. Like, I give you my number. Like we on the phone, like we on the bus. You feel me? Like it's not really like really conversation like that. I let her get a little speed. She talking to everybody else. She say goodbye to me. She wave. I see the little fat little booty walk past. I'm like, damn, I can't wait to hit that. So next thing you know, she's like, I'm sitting at home, like I'm relaxing. I'm not even thinking about Shorty at this time. I texted her the same night. You feel me? It was a nice little quick text, and then that was it. And then we went back doing what we was doing. Next thing you know, she calls me. I'm in the house. She calls me. She's like, "Hey, like, what you doing?" I'm like, "Nah, what you doing?" She's like, "I'm bored. Like, I'm waiting for my homegirl to get off so we can chill and hang out." Da 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 da. I'm like, "All right, bet so no more." So we just start talking. We start vamping. We find out that we got a lot of things in common. Like, you feel me? That we go to the same school. You feel me? That we like the same stuff. Like, we like the same food. We like the same candy. That we was on the phone laughing, kidding, and just vamping the whole time. You feel me? Like we knew each other our whole lives. So I'm like, I really like this girl. So next thing you know, we come to the job the next day. The job, she's talking about I get to sit with her every day. So I'm like, I come to her, I'm like, yo, bitch, you mind if I sit here? Can I talk to you? You feel me? Like, can I get like, yeah. So we sit and we talk, and everybody starts noticing. Everybody at the job, they kind of like gossip about everybody who's talking with each other. They started noticing that we started liking each other for real. So everybody was like, yo, what's up with you and Sean? Trisha and Sean, what's up with y'all? Feel me? Like we just friends, like we get in a conversation, you feel me? Like that. But everybody knew we was talking. So next thing you know, one day I get a text message from her. She like, yeah, I really don't want people in my business like that, so I think I should just fall back and this and that and other, or something to that extent. I need a little space and I'm going through some stuff and all that. So I'm like, all right, cool, bet. You feel me? When a girl asks tell me to get her space, I treat it like I don't even know you no more. You You feel me? There's no conversation, no hi, no bye, no none of that. You feel me? It's just do you, do me. You feel me? I'm gonna give you space, I'm gonna give you space. I'm gonna act like I wasn't even around you. And that's how I react about the situation. So she's like, oh, okay. Um, we go back and not speaking to each other. You feel me? Just walking past each other, like we'll see each other, like we'll wave, and that's it. We just go back to doing what we doing. Next thing you know, one day, everybody gets off early again. I'm sitting there waiting for my homeboy Robin. He finished his job. I'm sitting there waiting for him. I've been finished like an hour. I'm sitting in the lounge. You feel me? It's a nice little lounge part. She come up. She see me sitting at the desk at the table. She like, my bad, yo. I thought that was like messing up my camera flow. My bad. But yeah, like I'm sitting at the lounge and Shorty's like, she pull up the chair next to me. She like, you mind if I sit here? I start blushing. You feel me? I start blushing. We start like hanging tough after that again. So next thing you know, she's like, we start talking on the phone, we start vamping again and this and that and other. She's like, I want to come over, I want to spend a night with you tonight. You feel me? She come over, you feel me? She got like the nice little leggings on, booty popping, titties sticking out of the little sweater she had on. Looking real good, looking real nice. I made sure I got my little cologne on, spraying good. I was big man back then. I was skinny man. I wasn't big man that I am now. You feel me? So I'm enjoying myself. You feel me? We having a good time. We watching Martin. I remember we watching Martin. It's the episode when Martin got beat up by the midgets. So next thing you know, we sitting there. I'm like, yeah, like you look real good, like you feel me, like you just looking real good, you feel me. And we drinking and this and that. And that. I remember she got some Paul Masson and I had like a little vodka and orange juice. So we getting tipsy, we getting right, we talking. So I'm like, yeah, like you got some nice lips. She's like, you got some nice lips too. I'm like, you wanna kiss me? She like, yeah, but I don't know. I'm like, I asked her again, like, you want to kiss me? She like, yeah. So I grab her face, I pull her closer, and it's none of it. We start tonguing each other down, like making out like it was like great, like on some real great type shit. Like next thing you know, like we in the bed, like she got her clothes off, she got a little bra and panties on. I'm like, you ain't gotta necessarily wear your bra and panties. You can take it all off if you want to, if you hot. Feel me? You can wear whatever you want to wear. So I'm like, not knowing, not knowing that that was the secret of her trying to get me to get the ass. Me being immature at that time, 22, trying to be a respectable gentleman, I didn't jump on her that night. So I'm thinking that she like, okay, he's a real gentleman. He like me, blah, 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 this and that and other. I'm like, yeah. Next night, next time we come over there, I'm still on my gentleman shit. Lay in the bed, you feel me? Like we going at it. We tongue kissing this and that and other. I'm rubbing on her body, on her butt, and all this other shit. I'm like, yo, like, I don't know if we want to take this to the next level. She's shitty drunk. Shitty drunk. She's rubbing on me and this and that and other. We laying in the bed, my shit get hard, her titties, her nipples as hard as a bitch. I'm like, like she wanted me to get it. And I didn't do it. I was like, yo, I think we should stop. She's like, okay. And when she gets off, like I had a heater right next to the side of my bed. When she got off the side of the bed, she had a back on the fucking bed. Bang! I'm like, oh my God. Like, Shorty is fucking hurt in my bed. Like, what the fuck? This could be the worst shit ever. The worst shit that ever happened. So she's like embarrassed the whole night. Not saying nothing else. Like she's embarrassed. She's just sitting there laying in the bed. Like I stayed up till like 3 and 4 in the morning until shit happened. So next thing you know, like we sitting there, like she leaves out, gets an Uber, blah 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 blah. Next thing you know, she texts me like, I just felt some type of way. Feel me? I was embarrassed. You feel me? I was kind of horny. I wanted to do it. You didn't give me none. This and that. I'm like, yo, I was trying to respect you. You feel me? I was trying to show you that I was a different type of dude. I wasn't like these type of dudes that jump on you. I was trying to show you respect. Me now, I would have jumped on. I would have hit it. But me knowing what I know now about how shorty is, I wouldn't even jumped on it. It wasn't even worth it. So next thing you know, my homeboy, one of the dudes that becomes my homeboy works there, BJ, Baby James. So he comes in there, he sees her, he's like, yo, you don't know me? Like, damn, that's crazy. Like, he don't know me. She like, I don't remember you. He like, yo, the parties you used to throw, like we used to throw, like your aunt, your mom used to throw parties, used to come up in there and shit like that, like with the shit and the liquor and all that stuff. She used to have fun up in that bitch. She's like, oh yeah, I remember you, blah blah blah, and this and that, you the girl with the thigh tattoo and shit like that. So I'm like, oh wait a minute, wait a minute. So I'm like, automatically, I'm like, yo, he fucked her. He fucked her. But he's like, yo, I pulled me up like, yo, like it's nothing like that. Like I don't want no problems. You feel me? Like I know shorty from around the way. It was never nothing sexual, none of that shit. I'm like, all right, bet, say no more. He like, all right, bet. So we cool. We chopping it up at that. Like we was smoking, hanging, chilling, stuff like that. Next thing you know, it's throwing some shit in the game. Some shit, salt goes throwing in the game. Like one night, she gets real drunk. And she's coming to work. Like everybody working. This is time when we working together. So we in there, we cutting the birds and shit like that. Like at the job, we working the chicken factory, we cut birds, cutting the birds and shit like that. She like, you know what? You want you? Can you take me to the bar, BJ? With me right next to her, right standing right next to her. I'm like, what the fuck? Like all the niggas in there that start looking at me. They like, yo, when she walk away, they like, yo, did you break up with her, yo? Really, yo, what's up with you, yo? Why you still with that smut, yo? I'm like, yo, like, I'm really about to cut her ass to the curb. Like, yo, you don't really do no shit like that. Asking no nigga for no ride. Fuck is wrong with you? So next thing you know, she's like, it wasn't like I was gonna go without you and this and that and the other. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, you embarrassing me and shit. Like, really, you put me on the spot out here. You got me looking funny in front of these niggas and shit like that. Like, you really just made me look crazy in front of everybody. Like, I can't even rock with that. Like, yo, leave me alone. Don't say that shit. Don't say shit to me. She's like, all right, I apologize. This and that and the other. You gonna go with us? So me being a dummy, I go with them. Instead of just cutting her ass loose and stop fucking with him. We go. She gets real drunk. We go back in there cutting birds. It's time for us to leave. She like, I want to go to the bar. I want to go to the bar. I'm trying to go to the bar. Next thing you know, she goes, gets a ride. He like, yo, I'm gonna give y'all a ride. He drops her off. She's wet as shit. Wet. Mom was like, yo, you ain't wet that. Like, she ready, yo. Like, she really ready, yo. Like, she really trying to get that ass up. I'm like, nah, yo. Like, I'm not that type of dude, yo, to hit no girl while she wet. So next thing you know, So next thing you know, she's like, uh, he calls, he like, yo, ask Teresa if she got some fucking friends, some female friends that we can kick it and chill with, do shit with. She's like, yeah, we do. I do, this and that and other. She's a real dick eater and this and that and other. She the one that taught me how to suck dick. I'm like, yo, this is some real ratchet, whore ass shit she doing. But me being young, being dumb, being gullible, being in love, they're just putting up the shit. So next thing you know, she's like, she gets in the car. We go pick up the girl. They in the car flirting. I'm just taking this shit as an L. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm just so mad to the point where I'm just getting irritated. Like, he's flirting with her with a lighter and this and that and other. Like, I hadn't dealt with, like, this is crazy shit. They basically going back and forth, just flirting with each other. And I'm me being dumb and being gullible, I'm just letting this shit go. I'm just letting this shit slide. So next thing you know, the girl comes. We talking, we vamping this and that, but the nigga ain't feeling her. He just flirting with my girl. So he like, yo, if it get late, so he like, yo, we about to drop everybody off. I'm about to drop everybody off. He like, I'm gonna drop Shorty off. I'm gonna drop Teresa off. Then I'm gonna drop you off. Then I'm gonna drop her off, and then I'm gonna drop Teresa off last. I'm like, no, nigga, no, I'm not falling for that shit. You drop her off. You drop me off first, then you drop the other girl off, then you drop Teresa off. That gives you full access to fuck her. She ready, she horny, she ready to go. This and that. I'm not falling for that shit, yo. You think you slick, but you ain't getting away with that. So next thing you know, I'm like, all right, that's him. I'm like, so he drops Teresa off first. Then he comes back up west and drops the other girl off. Then he drops me off. He texts my phone like, yo, this and another, it was crazy tonight, blah, 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 blah. Like, I text her like, yo, you was embarrassing. Like, he was acting crazy. He was talking about joining the bar. Like, he in front of your supervisor, getting drunk, acting reckless, acting crazy, all this other shit. So she's like, yeah, what are you talking about? He young minded, like this and that and other, blah, 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 all this other shit. And I'm like, yo, how am I young minded and you out here embarrassing me? I'm the one, my reputation is being put on the line. You feel me? So I'm like, you know what? After this, you feel me? I feel like we should just go our separate ways. Come to find out, she fucked the other. She was fucking other niggas. Whole time she was sitting there with other niggas and coworkers trying to get them to buy her a drink and fuck her, meet up and fuck afterwards. Like it was just so much crazy shit going on. And I'm like, yo, this shit is just so crazy and bananas. So I'm like, yo, that was just one girl that was like, the more as a story, the more as I tell these stories and stuff like that, you'll start seeing a track record. You feel me? From 17 to now, me with relationships with certain women. You feel me? It seems like I attract the same women and the outcome is the same. Me expecting I get different girls, it's a different outcome. Like all the girls I've been with, they act so good in the begin with until they show their true side. You feel me? And I get mad at them. You feel me? When they show me the true them, like my message to the guys out here that's going through the same thing I was going through and dealing with the same things that I was dealing with in relationships. You feel me? When a person shows you the real them, take them for that. Take them for that. Feel me? You can't like once you see people show them who you really are, you can't get mad at them for doing that. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, they're still being honest with you. They're showing you the real them. So take it at face value. And if you don't, be able to suffer consequences. You feel me? But you live and you learn. You feel me? You feel me? Certain relationships and stuff like that that I've learned, I had to learn the hard way. You feel me? But what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. You feel me? So yeah. Thank y'all for listening to the Big Time for Story Man again, Storytime with Big Man again, man. Make sure y'all check me out on TikTok. Feel me? I just subscribed and got a new account on Pornhub, so sooner than not, I'll be able to upload my videos on Pornhub. I'll be giving y'all some little uncensored things because a lot on TikTok and YouTube, the community creations and stuff like that, a lot of these things, they're very strict and they won't let me be me and won't let me say a lot of things that I want to say. So, you feel me? To just cut out the middleman and all that other stuff. I'm going to start doing clean versions. I'm going to start doing uncensored versions. One's for YouTube and TikTok, and then I'm gonna start doing videos for Pornhub. So look out. I'm gonna start sending that in my links and my videos and stuff like that. But without further ado, just say thank y'all for just supporting the brother and this and that and other. Thank y'all, and yeah.